Style class today is going to be great. We are going to talk about dialing your clothing up or down, more in terms of you land somewhere and you immediately assess your surroundings and you're like, I got to take this shit down a notch. Or you get there and you're like, we got to amp it up, okay? So we've been talking a lot about manipulating your clothing, one, for creativity because it makes your clothing last longer. And then we talk about manipulating your clothing in ways that allow you to deal with, like, oh, it's hot out, so I go through here, or it's freezing out, and now I have this, and I can put it right.
Yep.
There's temperature, there's myriad outfits that you might be striving for, and then there is real life situations. And this came about because I was coming back on the train from DC this morning it wasn't with Qatar, but it was 8 a.m., so of course we were already chatting. And I was describing a scene where I had an event to go to in DC last night, and
Not the debate.
nothing to debate, but it was a different kind of debate. And actually, I'm going to touch on that at the end because it was very, very interesting, and I have lots of thoughts on it and how it can actually relate to style and how you are in a company. But I showed up at the event. It's Washington, D.C. I've been there many times, check. I've worked with lots of D.C. women, check. I know how they dress, right? I know the temperature and the terrain. So this is what I chose to wear. I'm like, it's all navy. I've got on the Liam blazer. Good to be the king. I got to pull out one of our tops from upcoming resort.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the fall double-waisted pants, and I've got on the belt. And the car pulls up. Every motherfucker person. We talked about the emphasis of where you put the MF. Anyways, 99% of the people were dressed chiller than chill. Like,
so this is chiller than this?
Chiller than this, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, and I already thought that I had done a good job
Chilling out.
of hedging my bets. I did have on those big blue earrings too, though. So I thought I had done a good job at hedging my bets, not really, having never gone to an event like this, and not really knowing who goes to an event like this. So what I chose for a general, like, outfit where I could hedge my bets in general was, I did have on these bigger blue earrings.
Which were kind of artful.
But I put my hair in a braid, which, I mean, no surprise to you guys, but I didn't no blowouts or anything, right?
Right, no rollers.
I was wearing a blazer, but it's Liam, so he's oversized. I had the sweater to give a layer of chill, but I knew that, like, if all of a sudden everyone's in suits, that I would immediately just go like this, and it would be kind of tossed into my pocket, and now all of a sudden I am more dressed up. And then I had on just all navy, which I was like, no matter how suited up they are, all navy, one color, like, that's gonna fit in no matter what. And I chose to wear a heel because a sneaker was too casual, a flat sandal, my toes were sticking out, and honestly I didn't have the Rudy with me, and he would have saved the day, and that's what I would have gone with. But instead I went with Rudy's version of a pump, which is the sling back here with the clear.
Bartholomew.
Yeah. Did I name that? Anyways, okay, Bart. So this is me, but like I said, the crowd was casual as fuck. So just even before getting out of the taxi, what I did was I just took the jacket off. It really was like literally no one was in a jacket, and because it was all navy blue, all of a sudden the blazer actually felt a little too.
Yeah.
So if you'll hold this for a minute.
I sure will.
Then the other thing is another way to hedge my bets was I did include the brown leather belt, and purposely not a black belt.
Right.
So what I did here then was I just kind of, actually what did I do? Oh no, I tucked him into the tip of the belt.
Oh.
Because I wanted to be able to see the belt, because now seeing the brown made it feel a little more casual.
Yep.
And then, of course, just doing this, looping it through the belt, gave just the whole vibe
Chill.
More chill, right? So definitely dressed up more than the others. I'm still wearing the heels, but all of a sudden everything is just more chill.
Yep.
And this is not an attempt to look like others around you, and it's certainly not an attempt to make anyone feel self-conscious or bad if you show up to a place and you read the situation wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a factual acknowledgement that when you do show up and you did read it wrong, being able to adjust on the spot always settles you down. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you're going to a new thing, you don't know what to expect, and you just want to be in the moment.
Yes.
And the last thing you want to just be doing is thinking about other shit.
So I've seen you since the runway show, but others have not. And I feel like we should all like give you not even a round of applause. This
Yeah,
was
not
like
that,
one clap,
please.
right? But
Yeah.
people want to know. They're DMing me. They're really excited about the collection, and I'm not jumping from one thing because this is really relative.
Yeah.
They were looking at the finale pieces, and people are going gaga over them, Amy.
I know.
I know. It's a
It's
big
It's
MFing
good.
deal.
Yeah, I mean, for you guys who, just to give you quick background here, the theme of the runway collection was almost reckless. And this is where I really went into Tracy and to Alana and challenged them to push so hard, but also like make it feel familiar and make it feel like I could just fold it in seamlessly into my closet without looking like I had lost my shit, but where I had definitely pushed things and tried new things. And Tracy just started coming, into my office every day with new things pulled right off the sewing machine. And I really think that we struck that right balance. Actually, I don't just think it, I know it, because a lot of you at the show, you guys have been with us really pretty lockstep now for nearly 3 years, many of you. And you have built up quite a substantial closet of Tibby. And so I know that we nailed it because, like who else has a substantial closet? You and I do. And so what the key is that you saw things on the runway where you were like, yes, that does not make me turn over my closet. I'm going to bring that into my closet and it's going to work with everything. And I'm going to feel so fucking new and interesting and energized by it that, good.
Right. And Sarah just came and she was like, I feel like I've been looking at so many pieces for the whole season. Like I'm tired, but I'm also excited because everything's so good. She's wearing it, I'm wearing it, you are.
Yeah.
But I think we get excited and then we want to apply it to like, how will I wear this in the spring? I really want this. Is it going to sell out? And that's why I posted that jacket, because people saw it on the runway. They saw the pictures and you loved it. And you kind of wait. We're like a little bit scared. So how can we go forward, right? They probably should.
Yeah, so
Should we show them at the end or show them now?
So why don't we go ahead and do that now?
Okay.
So we're
let's
gonna
do
take a
it.
pause, and what I'm gonna show you right now is the pieces that we've been getting the DMs about. So, okay, like one of you, I'll just call you P, and you know that you are in a town that starts with D. You
Amy.
told me that you have, no, she has a wedding in Greece,
Okay.
and it's in March or April, I can't remember.
So this is Runway. This
Yes.
is not out yet. If you haven't seen the show, you should watch it on the Runway.
And here's why we're showing you this right now. If you guys love these pieces, these are the in and outs. They're obviously in the higher price point range, and they are more obviously the ones that we are going to be very tight in how much we order on them. So if you guys really do think that you love this, please DM at Tibby Flagship or at Tibby St. Simon's and let them know, and that will help us be smarter in how we place our orders. So very quickly, we're just gonna go through this.
Okay.
And I want you to hear the sounds of the fabrics and then see them. So this dress has this beautiful piece that Tracy designed, and then it has this cord that goes through and comes around your neck like a necklace, and then it comes out the back side and it hangs down. Okay, so it's got a metal piece here, here, here.
And this is a silk fi halter dress?
This is a silk file halter dress. You can hear it. So it sounds like almost like wind sails would sound. And it also has the heft of Well, actually, I've never really been sailing and touching the sails. I've sailed but not touched them.
We'll make that happen.
But it's strong and gutsy. This is
Yeah.
not wimpy. And one of the things that was important when we were creating some of these styles that might even read a little more bohemian, that becomes extra important that the materials have guts and have a sporty vibe to them, so you don't think I'm like floating around. And Talitha Getty, great style, but it's
One of the other elements that we love about that is that piece, that necklace can come out, so you can change that out as you choose later on, which is really cool and really Tibby-esque.
So this was the finale piece.
The burgundy cape dress.
Tracy had really studied
My God.
all of these curtain designs. This one is beautiful. P that lives in the city of D. You may want to consider this one as well.
Right.
What's great about this dress is you'll see on the runway, like it was just full on. We didn't have to have any wind blowing, like it just
No.
catches a wind when you walk. But what's great is I also did it with just a leather belt around here. And all of a sudden the dress, it seemed like it was purely finale worthy. Also works, when we talk about dialing things up or down, this works at a friend's wedding in a Tribeca loft. You're not like showing up at the gala. If you put a brown leather piece around it, black leather, something hard and tough, all of a sudden you're in a New York loft, where on its own here, I can be
The
at
red carpet. Oh my
I can be at the Frick art event, blah, 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 right?
God. Very good. So that's the burgundy cape dress, the finale dress. So if you're DMing Tibby St. Simon's or Tibby Flagship, that's what you asked for.
Then the last piece here is, I ended up bringing this dress back. We had done it about 6 years ago. I had posted myself wearing it in Mexico with a bikini underneath it. We did this in black and in white, but what I want to show you is this is a field coupe. So you have the sheer organza and then the stitching, it's stitched on top, and then the beautiful twill fabrication here. So field coupe, this is as rich as it gets. These are from our best mills in Italy. Texture wise, just so you know, this is your Valentino type stuff, not Valentino styling, like these are Valentino fabrics. These are Prada mills that we use, are same mills, but I just want you to see what that looks like up close. So it's one of those things like when you see it for real, you'll see it. So anyways, guys, we're done with that. I just want to make sure that we don't order too little, and let's let them have these back now for
sure. And so while
for the
Amy
stores.
drop those off, guys, she is putting, it's in your hands, right? If this is something that you love and you want to purchase, we all know Amy's DMs are the greatest place to make new friends or get a job or do whatever you need to do, but it's also the greatest place to get the things you see on the runway into action, right? Right.
I mean, it helps me now.
Yeah, it helps
Okay,
you know.
moving on. So what are you doing with
Okay,
this?
all right, so I thought it'd be good to just talk about this denim pleated skirt. I was in love with the pleat that came in the gray and the moon blue. I'm probably calling them the wrong colors, but I waited to really get this black denim skirt. So I purposely wore this to the after party for the runway because I had a certain feeling that I wanted to feel. And that is a feeling that I can transition easily into other parts of my life. This is, now I know I'm not gonna call it right. You guys probably have this. This is the crop jacket from like a fall or two ago. This is the way I'm really playing with proportions, wearing this with a boot in the fall, and then I can wear it with the featherweight top underneath. So adjusting in real time, I wanna see like, how will I wear this? It's great alone. Would I wear this with a sweatshirt and a set on the weekends with my daughter? Will I wear it with a Liam? So I'm gonna pop a Liam on just to see. And I know for me, big and big aren't really my jam. I really like to get that perfect balance, that perfect trifecta of big, slim skin. So wearing something like this, I don't mind it because I like the fullness, but I'm lacking skin. So if I wanted to pull this off in a work environment, I'd likely wear this. Like I wear the crop on the weekend or to a party, maybe I'll wear it with a little bandana like I did to the after party. So now I feel like I'm more set for work. I really love seeing the brown of the boot, because I thought about putting on the black boot, but I wanted something that gave a little bit more dimension, and now the navy. And if you're someone that's still craving that slim at the waist, you could belt this, or you can cross cinch, is what we love the Liam for. And if you're having like a little bit of pull, you can always just like take this off and kind of move that button over 1 inch. I'm gonna put on a sweatshirt also and show you how I would adjust if, let's see, where would I wear this? If I wore this to my hometown and I was going out with friends and they decided, you know what, we're going to the Applebee's, we are not going to the 5-star restaurant, whatever it is. How would I adjust this in real time? Not saying my friends only go to Applebee's because they go everywhere, but you know.
Applebee's is delicious. A bloomin' onion.
Amy's face, so you heard it here first. Can you hand me that sweatshirt, please?
What do you mean?
It really is, but there's a time and place, right? So I'm like, if I walked in there, they'd be like, ma'am, what are you doing? It's like Sweet Home Alabama with Reese Witherspoon. Like, I'm way too dressed to be in the Applebee's. So I want to put on a sweatshirt and see how I can take this down for a weekend. But I'm not mad at her alone, though.
Well, I think, listen, here's one of the things for sure with what we're talking about here is when we were conceptualizing this talk, because it came from the need with the Washington DC moment,
Yeah.
was we knew that like we rarely get that tripped up because the clothing, when you have pieces that have that modernity and the chill and the classic all baked in,
Right.
you essentially really like in real time have your bets hedged,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so it really becomes not that hard at all.
Alright, so I'm back with my sweatshirt. Mixing up, right? I feel a little sandwichy, but not because this is a little brown, so I'm gonna change my shoe.
Mhm.
But you see how I'm like slowly building different elements into.
Mhm.
I wanna know what's happening here.
I know, I'm thinking about like so I think here, what's happened sometimes, and actually sometimes in the past, right, but I've gotten much better at this. But sometimes in the past, like I live in a more conservative suburban environment.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm going to a place with new moms,
Oh.
and let's say that I pre-stereotype them, like you
This
just
happens.
did, because you just went, oh.
We going to the Applebee's, right?
Right, but listen, like, we all tend to think like, well, we're the cool people in Greenwich, but you know,
Right.
it's not true.
And they're looking at you like, lady.
No, because
you're
there
not.
are times where I will go to an event, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, why did I play it back with the heel, the tweed, the polo
Mhm.
collared sweater, and then I'm sitting there and it's, you know, like 2 fucking ex-editors from Vogue that had just
And
moved
you're like,
out.
hi, I'm Amy
And they're
Smallvick.
looking all like Sarah Brody-ish and everything, and you're like, oh no, I got more in me. So this is stuff like, first of all, weather-wise, anyways, like
Mhm.
half socks will travel, right? So just alone putting on the socks here,
Mhm.
like I'm telling you, and I've done this before. I'll look in a
Immediately, I
room
see
and
it.
I'll like go run upstairs, and I'm like, you know, maybe I'm gonna like give this a little more ankle.
There's
And-
something so, and as a movie buff
Yeah.
for you, and I actually like movies a lot too, immediately this gave me nostalgia. It's not like, what is it, Happy Days, but it's,
Happy Days,
yeah,
James
yeah,
Dean.
it's Lost Boys, it's all the things, but
Is
it
it-
felt like it gave it fashion.
What's the Sissy Spacek movie? Badlands. That was on our poster board for this jean. Badlands with Sissy Spacek and
Yep. Okay, so you're delayering, which is
so
almost the
I'm
season.
delayering. No, I'm not trying to delayer. I'm just like
You're adjusting in real time.
I'm cooling myself up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm like, hey guys, how was Vogue? Was it fun?
Wait, was it fun? But so
So
you
anyways,
cooled
I
yourself
just
up. I
feel-
cooled myself down.
I just feel like all of a sudden, like you've got a little bit more credibility, right?
Yeah.
Immediately,
Yeah,
right?
immediately.
Yeah. So, and it's not switching things in that are like, I didn't go upstairs and like pierce my nose. It's like you're just thinking about styling things. in a
Rude.
different way.
Rude.
No, you don't.
It's my ear.
Okay. I
Alright.
wasn't looking at your
I
nose.
wanted an ear
How interesting
piercing.
You thought I would. Okay. Go there.
No.
All right. So, wait. Can we just talk real quick about this before I take it
Please,
off?
can we? I want to put it on too.
Okay. So this is yours,
Okay, I'll do this.
and I'm wearing the small, right?
Yeah, you are.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I'm wearing the small in the tweed jacket here, and tweed jackets for people who don't wear tweed jackets is how I would describe this. So what Tracy did is you've got it deconstructed here where it is literally just chopped off. You have the raw edge here. It's not going to completely untangle on you, but if some of these things bother you, you know what you do?
What do you do?
It's called scissors. Heard of them?
Wait, Amy, it's only us laughing. We're like,
I
who
know.
needs an audience?
I know.
You can just laugh at yourself.
I wish we could see comments because they're
I
probably
know.
like,
They're
people.
probably like, you're not
Stop
that
it.
funny.
Anyways, raw edge, the pockets. Obviously, like we left the placement. We didn't don't be trying to stuff a bunch of stuff in this little guy. But we did not we didn't readjust them up higher. You've got the dropped shoulder and then the boxy style to it. And this is great too. Like you can wrap it up, you can belt
You can
it.
belt it.
It's a throw on, and then, guys, as per usual, and I'm going to do this as often as possible. Remember, take a look at how a coat is constructed inside and out. And one thing I was thinking about, Katura, is taking off the Liam at the last minute. It was also an event where I didn't want to bring a purse. So I had like dollar bills, I had credit cards, I had my driver's license.
I gave you $4 before you left.
And you gave the $4.
I gave you allowance.
I know, I was able to tip the guy with that. But what was good too is, it's really nice too when things have the suit pocket.
Yes.
Because I put my stuff in the suit pocket and we got done with the event and I look over at my sister and I'm like, Leslie Durham, like her driver's license was on the floor in front of her on the chair. So these are details, guys, that you want to look for in your clothing. It is, if you have the bank, this is why you spend it on good stuff and you do not go out and do fast fashion. If you do not have bank and you are working your way up, and we have all been there, then this is where you buy less, you buy better, you buy vintage, and then, okay, like listen, fast fashion happens. I could like do a whole article on that. It just doesn't have to happen daily, nightly, hourly. Anyways, done with that. Okay.
All right, so where are we going next? So I now have on my sweater. I don't know where I'm going. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm going to be real. I'm wearing a full skirt with a Mary Jane style.
Do you feel good in that though?
No,
because it doesn't look like you.
No,
it doesn't.
No, that's what I was telling you. This is a good thing. I'm owning it.
Okay.
I'm standing and saying, okay, so I'm about to adjust and tell you why.
But can I tell you, if you're cold enough for that sweater and that skirt, then you're cold enough for those tall boots.
Can I see the boot, please? So
Yeah.
go into it.
Go
All
into
right,
it.
go into it. So immediately the boot goes back on, and I feel I'm riding this ring 3 though. I mean ring 1 and 2, and I've been craving a little bit of ring 4. Can you hand me that blanket? Let's see. Wait, can you be my friend for a second?
Yes.
Thank you. So I want to know, you have a lot going on, and like, how are you staying grounded right now?
I do.
As busy.
I do?
Yeah, not in your clothing, in your life.
Oh.
You're like, right now, this is me dressed down.
It's so funny, like I totally interpreted it as that as like, am I a 10?
No,
I thought
no.
it was a 1. That's how we should.
Do I? No, like your life is very busy. Like, how are you staying grounded? I know some of it's
Let me
clothing.
just tell you, I know you think that my life is busy, but anyone who's had toddlers in their life, you do not know busy until no matter what, when you get home from work, that's when it turns on. Because as annoying as we all are, Annabelle is not running up to your desk. She's not doing that. She's not doing. Derek's not. If Derek does that, tell me.
I know HR.
HR.
Can I
But
see
like, so there's all different levels, right?
Yeah, there's levels to busy.
There's levels
So
to busy.
okay,
And
so I'm gonna tell you how I stay grounded.
I love what I do.
because what the.
Okay, so what I was just putting on, guys, was I was telling Alana, I was like, I want to come up with a solution that really makes okay, for me it was a weather thing. I want to make sure these are functional all the time. And there were times like even when I was wearing a big coat and this and it was January, like I would catch a breeze and it would get all up in there, and I don't wear long sleeves under, so it was like I was getting cold. So Alana created these arm warmers, and they just like these armbands, and they were really great. She did them in different colors so that you could do them to have something look like it was just one piece, or you could do something and have it be a pop of something. But what I will say is, what I found out later on was in the dressing room, listen, everyone's got a thing, right? Like some people like their shoulders, some people hate their shoulders, whatever. I found out that there are elbow haters.
There are big time elbow haters, and you would think, I thought it would only be this, right? Like I'm scared to get a tattoo
there are
here 'cause
elbow
I think
haters.
it's gonna change.
Yeah, so I get it.
Yeah.
And I really, and you know what too, like as someone who like, whatever, you do what you gotta do. I've never had someone who's like, you know what? Don't look at me, I just had an elbow lift. I don't think it's a thing. Like,
Oh my god, Amy.
you don't, like facelifts, whatever, but I've never heard
No,
of an
I want
elbow
to look it
lift.
up now.
I know.
I'm sure there
I mean,
is
I'm sure
one.
someone's done it. Anyway, so I'm wearing the sweatshirt here, and just in terms of dialage, we did this sweatshirt to be able to wear quite dressy. But now, and then filling this up takes it dressier, maybe removes a little bit of the edge, although it's super cool. But certainly then, if I just wanted to take it to a little more, I don't know, just a different place, like a little more obviously dressy rather than quirky, than just doing this.
I like getting skin there. You're also
Yeah.
covered everywhere else.
Yeah,
Even your elbows.
yeah.
So I have my marlin here, and I know I personally don't like to stuff my sweaters under a marlin, but I do crave the marlin with things, especially with fuller pants and bottoms. I wear my marlin with my sids, and I also will wear it with this skirt. I don't mind it with this. I do it with like button downs, but I'm gonna show you with a t-shirt what it does when I have the elbow warmer with the marlin.
Stay there.
no,
'cause
I'm not
naked
gone.
over here. So.
Okay, I won't be going too far.
Sorry,
But
Annabelle.
so, I really feel like, so the marlin, Max came after the marlin. Who was before the marlin?
Liam.
And so Liam came first. I feel like this is some good
Oh no,
trivia, guys.
Liam is like 2018. It was the Runway show at the pier with the music, Love the Way You Lie, with the violin. Oh! Music. Tell
So
them to go to
guys, so the
Substack.
music, please go to the Substack. If you didn't see Sloan from the store, she was crying on the runway.
Ugh.
Most of us cry. I feel like if runway music doesn't make you cry, why did you even go? So our Substack, Gabe, Amy, Javier? Yeah,
Javier is
Javier.
our music
Yeah, he works with our
designer.
music designer, and that's a thing. I've heard that song over and over again, and actually, Amy, you knew every song that you ended with for every show, because a few of them came
Absolutely,
on at
because
the
it's-
runway,
It
because it's really the grounding force, right?
it's not by accident. It is absolutely not by accident.
No, it's not by accident. So
Don't
please,
worry, I'm not wearing these. Yeah, I know you're looking at me with these on.
You know, guys, so I was really distracted. So when Amy puts on something, and I'm like, that really doesn't feel like you, even though she gives me two. We are
I
like,
just took off.
I see, because
I
I was
have no
creating some
intention
script.
of wearing
No,
it.
come with one on so I can show them. Here
I was
comes
changing
the
my
ride.
clothes. I'm like, I wouldn't do this.
I know you wouldn't, but I was just, I couldn't take my eyes off
Here
of
comes
you.
the bride.
I
Where?
was joking.
Where?
Will you marry me?
Have you seen that movie Cousins? It's really good with
Are we
Ted
cousins?
Danson. They show all these different brides.
I'm sure the crowds that we can't see in here are going wild.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
Okay.
So here, this dress, I don't think you can really do a super quick change in real time, right? But it is a good dress that if I were traveling and going to a wedding, or if I had a big event to go to, I would bring this dress. But I think what I would do for sure is hedge my bets. So one thing that sorry guys. Hey, do you mind kind of rooting around? Oh, actually my underwear's in there, don't root. I just got back from DC and my jewelry's in there, but I don't like, let's be real. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm traumatizing poor Annabelle. Okay guys, what I'm gonna do is, if I were traveling, if I was going to a party and I'm like, shit, I don't know, like, are they gonna be like, is it gonna be in the Tribeca loft? What's the vibe? What's
Right.
happening there? So one option that I would do is I would have this option. So I would I would wear the silk wool socks here. I would have the pump and do like this kind of cool moment, right?
Mhm.
And I think, will you slide that back?
Will
You
you not
can take
look
the
in
clothes
it?
off the top, slide it over. Sorry guys. Okay, I just want to show you but if I were traveling and I would bring my jewelry with me, which is what I did in DC, and maybe I'm gonna pull out like these earrings or something, right? Like maybe I'll just go like full
One.
on over
Saw
the
you.
top, bring out like this, okay? So that's one moment. If I'm traveling and everyone's like, I brought the new Dior piece and, you know, the great grandmother's gonna be there, whatever,
It's happening.
then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have, remember guys, this is not about like changing who you are just because that grandmother showed up and she's, you know, Susie's wearing Dior.
Or your mother-in-law. All right.
Yeah, but what I am gonna do is, oh, yeah, like I didn't
I'm
bring
showing you
in
this
here.
elbow
No.
because I'm not into this, but I wanted to show you what that does for you if you have the marlin and you're craving
Oh.
skin coverage. That's it.
Skin coverage without the heat. So
Without the heat.
these are for people who hate their elbows or other people who are going through that thing that you know that we go through.
It's called perimenal.
Okay, so the other option now is making sure that you have like the chic black satin
Yes.
pump with you, right? So my option for being in the Tribeca loft was I went a little more distressed. I had the bow tie Balenciaga earrings, but now I found out that the uptight grandmother is coming. Susie's wearing a full-on Dior dress. Doesn't make it great, but it was, you know, whatever. And so now I'm gonna do this, and then I'm probably going to,
Are you gonna do? Oh.
I'll just use this as an example,
Yeah,
but
Liam.
I would bring with me one of our mini tuxedo blazers that I have. This is not that, but I just wanna show you,
Yep.
like, this is how I would transform. And then Balenciaga, again, why definitely not getting commissioned here, guys. No sponsorship. But, like, maybe I'm gonna go with this kind of earring, and I'm gonna feel really, really great. Then, what we love about the way that we think about things and when we design stuff is when I get there, and can I have that brown sandal? You know, if I get there and I find out that I have totally misread the situation
Mhm.
and it's gonna be much more chill, then can I have that navy blue sweater thrown there? I'm going to take off the organza, and guys, just imagine it off, like,
We've done it.
actually,
Yeah,
you know,
you're
just,
gonna do it?
will you unzip me? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we did that thing where we stripped down,
Uh,
I'll just come off a little bit.
I was like,
Come on, completely.
I was like, it's quite sheer.
That would
But
be so embarrassing. No, I was gonna take it off, no, I'm not going just to the organza,
okay.
I'm doing this right now.
Yeah, I knew. I figured.
Okay, yeah.
So Amy is wearing the Melee crepe, and I was gonna tell you, Amy, that really brings out the color in your eyes. Or no, who knew?
I really never worn this color,
I
really?
know it's really good. Those ish colors will get you every time. And she's wearing size 4, so if you're new here, Amy wears a 4, 27.
You're right,
And a
I'm really
small.
glad I did not take this off in front of everyone. That would've been-
I think, I mean,
Such
it wouldn't
a
have been a bad thing, because you're quite
Really,
big.
really,
Yeah,
this going viral of me being naked on,
I mean,
It's
you
not
need
good.
to up your bit
no,
nails.
and I could see people making comments, that shit no one needs to see.
That
Like,
MF and MF and Amy.
motherfucker.
All right, so now Amy has definitely dialed it down. I am in the sweater and the tucked wool skirt, and yeah.
I don't like this, so I wouldn't
Okay.
put navy around it, cause it just kinda made me feel a little too conservative, like, I don't,
What do you need? You need like green or like yellow?
I think that, if I were packing, I would. Can I have that red sweater back there? I'm gonna. This is not Tibby. I'm not even gonna say who it is. But I think maybe if I were trying to, if I were packing, I think I would have an option. If I was going to sandals as my option here, I think I would like
the mercerized wool,
do this, and then I would probably do.
So, color math really quick, why that works. So you look at her and you think that she has on pastel. That's really not. That's a ring 3.
Yeah, it's
blue,
definitely ring
and
3.
she's wearing a ring 4, red.
And then you know what? I did buy these Simona Rashad earrings from
McMullen.
From Sherry McMullen. So I think now with the ring 3 and then the pop of red and that, I would bring. So I've got
so
options.
Is that a ton?
Yeah. If I'm keeping that red sweater on and permanent, yes.
Okay.
Now, guys, we're just not gonna go here with this on me right now.
Davina did it at the show.
Davina did it at the show, and she looked fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But now I found out that it's in the loft, and everyone is like full on extra'd out for the wedding. Like there are 75 Sarahs running around.
I was gonna say Sarah Brody yourself.
Sarah
Brody yourself.
It's Brody's wedding.
Oh God, what do we wear to Brody's wedding? You go hard.
I'm wearing this.
Okay.
The 50s bathing suit bottom, a really cool top, insanely. I'm gonna put on the black satin shoes because it's a wedding, and then I got these new Jill Sander earrings that like drip down super far. I'm gonna wear that. Yeah. So, anyways, you guys. When you invest in things, remember it's not just like I love that dress. It's really thinking like, how can you change it up for the environment, change it up for surprises. And then change it up so that every time you wear it, people are like, oh my God, that looks amazing. And you're like, yeah, I've worn it to the last 3 events. And you didn't even know because I twisted it up.
Yeah, the amount of appointments I have with people that are like, I still have the tags on this, or I wore it once and I have a digital profile because I am XYZ person. And every time I wear this, I take photos, or if someone photographs me, it's my headshot and I can't wear it again. You can wear it again, and this will take some of the pressure off when you're looking at the runway shows and itching for something and feeling like, oh my God, I need it. You said that dress was an in and out, and I was gonna ask you, is that a have to have? Because it's like
no.
So why would that be an in and out versus a have to have?
Because I had to have.
Yep.
Quick reminder.
Bring that finger.
I had to. This is unzipped by the way, if you think it's too loose. Had to haves. You emotionally you're drawn to them. If someone saw them, they would be like, I never imagined in a million years.
Like your sequin bustier.
That you would buy that. It's like my sequin bustier. It's things that there will be like, let's say a designer like Molly Goddard.
Yep.
Is that?
Yep.
I can be so drawn to her stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like, and she's the type, like, I would buy one of those pieces. It's not chill modern or classic. It doesn't fall into my adjectives. If I wore it, I would not feel like myself. But, like, I'll buy it.
Right. And if you got rid of it, you probably replace it.
And I'd probably replace it because it's like that one thing that I'm oddly drawn to in my closet. And so, had to haves, and when we talk about what's right for you or what's not, none of this is about good design or bad design unless we're talking about fast fashion. But like had to haves are emotional, and if you saw them, you'd be like, no. And you've been in my closet. There are things you're like,
yeah,
really?
I was like, when did this happen?
Didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
And you don't see it on me because I don't wear it, but it occupies that space. In and outs are things that they jolt you. They are really so right in the time that you're in, and we do not measure time by hours or days or even like just a year. Like
Spaces.
Time is about moments. Not to. I just I do want to recognize today is 9/11, of course, but 9/11 is one of those times where like. Between 9/11 and kind of 208, you had this moment in time where you could describe it, and it was if you had there were just mile markers in your life. So 9/11 to 2008 was a moment in time. 2008, big stock market crash in the US, right? Like, also these moments in time are different for different people around the world. That was a different moment in time. And then there's 08 to 2020, COVID, different moment in time. So, you know, I look at time a lot by, you know, before you always learned it decades, the 60s, the 70s, right? But now it's kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I talk about in and out, there are things that, like, they don't have to be so hardcore, the things that I can wear it to the grocery store and also out to dinner. You know, they don't have to perform at that level.
Mm-hmm.
What an in and out wants to do is, it makes you want to feel so present in the moment that you're in. It gives you energy.
Mm-hmm.
And when it stops giving you energy, what happens is you're not kissing it goodbye,
Mm-hmm.
because it still had your adjectives were still tethered in there,
Mm-hmm.
but it maybe doesn't feel so right now. You know, like, if this were in hot pink, I would have just, 5 years ago, yes, maybe next year.
Right.
But
So, yeah. I'm quiet, and not that you like silence me with that, but I'm thinking about moments, and yeah, there's so many things. But anyway, when we talked about motherhood,
mm-hmm.
and we talked about you buying a different perfume
Yes.
for every year, 'cause
Yes.
you wanted to remember to lock in that feeling and that scent. And so with my clothing, I have pieces that I have pictures of me pregnant in that I'm like, but she needs to have this. I need to have this in my closet, and I don't have need for wearing it anymore. So this nostalgia kind of holds this space in my closet and in my mind and my life.
Yeah.
And it was a moment, but it's like the moment is tethered to these photos and these memories now, and I can kind of release that.
Yeah.
So yeah. But
Which that's a good thing. We talked about that one time, maybe photographing you in the outfits, but you don't need to keep all that.
Right, you don't need to keep it. And I think that's most of our closets, even if it's t-shirts, right? A lot of this stuff is like weird t-shirts that have no sense that somebody gave you, or it's like swag, and you're like, but I did such a good job, and I'm a lawyer, and they love me. And it's like, really, do I need a, whatever firm you're at t-shirt, and you have 17 of them? I'm going down a rabbit hole, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
I do.
Not serving me pizza.
No pizza for you. I was actually
No soup for you.
I was a terrible pizza server at Da Vinci's in Athens, Georgia.
That's my next show. I really want you to serve stuff and be like, sorry.
Okay, so I am wearing the scoop. Can I make up a name?
Yes.
Scoop neck, tropical wool tuxedo, like blazer. No, I mean
Jumpsuit.
jumpsuit. You got. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay,
It's
so
okay.
I'm wearing it. I've just chose to wear it under our tank top from the summer collection.
Yeah, with the ruching.
And we showed what's her name?
One of the people from
No, what's her
Row?
name on our site? She was wearing it bare.
Oh, Sasha.
No.
Oh.
So she's got some boobs. That would not be good bare. Anyways, I can't wear it bare. I don't think you should wear it bare, but if you do, go for it.
Mhm.
Anyways, I am wearing this layered over t-shirt. There are so many ways to, clearly if I was wearing, I would wear a black bandeau with it,
Mhm.
and I would wear probably this black satin heel with it.
What size is
And-
this?
This is a size 4.
Mhm.
So guys, this has length on it. For me, I'm probably going to take this up about 2 inches.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna take it up to a height where I can envision wearing it with heels a lot, because
Mhm.
it's a tuxedo jumpsuit. But it's one that, I'm not gonna be doing like rubber band tricks on it and
Right.
everything.
I just wanted you to see where 2 inches would be. So if you were going to your tailor, that still has the good puddle. So she didn't make it look all weird and stiff.
So guys, remember, when you take things to your tailor, you ask them to take it up shorter in the back and let it puddle across the front. And hold him to it and write that down, because we have had people tell us that they took it to, Seth the tailor or whoever, and when they picked it up, he was like, you got it wrong and I got it right for you, so you're welcome. And they're like, no, this was on purpose.
Right.
And what happens is you end up looking like you went and raided Ann Taylor's closet, and that was not the intent for what you were doing here. So the jumpsuit here, we love a jumpsuit, so chic. I'm gonna wear it with a black bandeau to Sarah's wedding.
Shit,
No
is she
pressure,
engaged?
Tyler.
'Cause I
No,
was like, oh my
no,
God.
their boyfriend Tyler probably watching this like.
I feel like it'll
So.
be like Amy called it.
Yeah. But I do want to show you that, like here, this absolutely goes to work as well, guys. So by simply putting a belt on it, and then I'm gonna try it with this jacket here, and then mixing it with the jacket. Hello on me.
Yeah, I'm that smile, you wear that
Smells
best.
so good.
but still.
I'm totally wearing this, right? So now what happens is I look like I'm wearing a jacket, pant, and vest situation.
Amy, so good.
I know, right?
So good. Is this
I love
Paris?
it. I love it. Yes,
This
yes.
is Paris.
Okay, going in the packing. All right, so what I want to show you guys up close. So here is the jacket. This is a size. Actually, did we
4?
do?
Should be a 4.
4, yeah, I was checking to see if we did SML. This is a size small, and the reason why I should have known that it was a small was that the armhole is not completely dropped and it's not a raglan sleeve. So where this armhole is placed means that it needs to be sized in order to get it fitted correctly. Guys, that's one pisser that you have to look out for when you're shopping. A lot of brands will try, one way they make things easier, and granted, it makes it easier on the number of units that you're buying for planning, but when you take everything and you make it SML, extra large, whatever, you can't, there's some things that you cannot make all of those different sizes. And so
No.
what it means is, if you are like me and you are 9.5 foot and you've ever tried to buy anything from Marnie Shoes, who does not make a 9.5, you know that the salesperson in Soho would always tell you, it's okay a little big. It's okay that your toes hurt a little. And I'm like, but I know that just in between is just right. So, listen, we make compromises all the time, but at some point at Marnie, I'm like, no, not at this price point. I'm not going to compromise. So, we don't want you to compromise just because I want you to look great when you walk around, you're wearing our stuff. Like, that's important to me. So, this is the wool jacket here.
Yep.
It is a slightly hairy fabric. What this means is these kind of jackets, they are not 12 mowers. This is not the jacket that you're going to pull out in
You show them the full, because
June.
that cinching and this elasticized like bomber in the back, so good.
So what we love is really mixing the unexpected. So this is a very rich tailoring type fabrication. You have the slight like Glen Plaid detail in it. The fabrication is slightly melanged. What that means is it is not like when you when you have like black, gray.
Yeah.
I don't know why I grabbed that. I've got this. Just good Lord. Okay, so like this is saturated, this is complete, this is not melange, this is melange.
Yeah.
Slightly heathered, right? And so
What's the name of this, Annabelle?
That's the Key and Glen Plaid cropped bomber
Okay.
blazer.
What's the fabrication?
The fabrication, it's 54% virgin wool, and it has some cotton and poly in there.
That's why it's so soft.
So, yeah, and it's so, and it's also what happens, the wool, the cotton, the poly, what those things do together, guys, remember, all natural fibers are great and they serve a purpose and they really work for some things. And then for other things, you want to mix up the fibers because maybe it's giving like more gravitas, more like body into the clothing. So what that cotton is doing in here is it's giving it that sculpting and shaping so that it
Yeah.
feels like a little bit more, and it does it while still being light. So you can certainly get like a lot of sculpting out of 100% wool, but it has got to be really, really heavy at that point.
Yeah.
So, you know, it really serves a purpose. And when we have mixtures of fabrications, fibers in them, yeah, it's not like the cheap stuff. It is not like that. And it's not like just give me the expensive stuff and I'll be able to sell it to them because it's 100% whatever. There is thought behind it because Tracy is always, like when I go shopping with fabrics for her in Italy and in Paris, I will be at the mills and I'll pull things out and she's like, it's not going to drape. How do you see that being used? And I'm like, I want this jacket. And she's like, Amy, it's not going to give. It's not going to give you that.
Yep.
walk away. So anyways, lots of intent around the items that we choose.
Cool. Speaking of,
We've got on the snails. There's
I
no more
do.
snails.
I know, but right now I have on a t-shirt, and I think this is the best way for you to maximize the pieces you own, right? If you have it, you're gonna wear it with things that are new and fresh in your closet. Speaking of, guys, this is not the legging you think it is. This
No.
legging, I put this on.
Don't call it a legging. I think that's.
I know.
Did we
That's-
call it a legging? Oh, sorry.
Who did that?
Tired.
That's okay.
Oh, look, Sarah's no longer at her desk. Goodbye. Just kidding.
But no, but
she
my
didn't
point
mean
is that like I put it, I'm really, really happy with the fit of this. I crave something skinny. I don't want slim. I'm craving something slim, not
Okay.
skinny. And so wearing this with the layer, I feel really fresh, and I'm
So-
wearing it with the cardigan.
Because
And
it
it's
would be
just the
impossible
leg.
for you to come too close. So
Yeah.
what this is you see that a lot of the genius in the way Tracy designs is it is completely deceptively designed as if it's going to be like something skin tight and
Right,
sucking
and it's
on
not.
your body.
It sits away.
And it's not. It sits away from the body. So
Yeah.
it is giving you all of the ease
Yeah.
that you expect from us, but it has also got like all of the interlocking detail and everything
Yeah.
of
It's like
Yeah.
it's a hybrid between to me a jogger and a legging. I
Yes.
guess you would say.
So,
because it's
yeah,
really
like
not a
I-
legging. That's why probably why she got annoyed that I said it's a legging.
No, I
because
just
it
definitely
doesn't
go.
fit like a
No,
legging.
and you do not look like you just came from exercise
No,
class.
I mean, if I did,
One last thing to end
Yeah.
on. A lot of you guys saw us in the crew shirts from the Runway show, and it was the redo of the Judy and Ken tee. We had a picture of mom and dad together. Mom and dad are still very much together, but we separated them on the tees. So this is
Ken playing
the
what?
Ken tee. He played basketball. He actually played at Indiana State. I don't think this is at
Do you have the
ISU.
GDT over there?
And then I don't think we have a Judy tee.
Oh, okay.
Those are
Don't
just
look-
dirty clips.
Those are
Dirty
dirty
clothes.
Don't worry.
But the Judy tee is her as
A pageant girl.
number 3 runner-up or whatever for Miss Indiana, taken at the Indiana State Fair.
Judy, you're our number one.
We would have
Miss Judy.
crowned you. Anyways, so guys, I think that is it for today. Next week, Katura and I are going to be packing for our trip to London.
Yeah.
We arrive the morning of the 23rd, and then I'm going to go down to Paris and meet Sarah and the team down there. So we are going to be packing for the trip, and we're going to show you what we packed. And I know that you guys have been sending me your destination, so we'll kind of like
Mm-hmm.
weave all that in and talk about it.
The DMs. We want them to DM us a picture of their item. No?
I posted that.
Yep.
Take a look at my, if you guys are in London and you're coming to the talk,
Mhm.
read my Instagram. We're also going to send you an extra email about it, but read my story. I've asked you to do something for me. I hope that you do. I think it'll be worthwhile.
Mhm.
And then, you know, after that, I'm going to give you all the details for our trip out to Australia.
Come here,
Oh,
Matt.
Matt, come on.
So
Come on.
Matt is wearing
Dudes
The
and
cutout.
Tibby.
Dudes and Tibby, found us guys, the cutout, and he's had this on all day, layered to perfection.
And everyone's asked if I have a date planned.
Do you?
No. I put on a collared shirt
Do
and
you?
everyone thinks I have an
Yeah,
occasion.
and then you're like, what do you do? What do you have?
I'm coming to work.
Oh.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Aw.
Thank you guys. And for the record, one more thing. Matt is TCL, and TCL is really good stuff, guys, when you watch it. And he's the real deal. And this is what's important. Like, you have got generations here. We're all obviously wearing Tibby, and we've come from different parts of the world, different parts of the U.S. in this case. And each one of our stories and everything tends to show things through our different lens, and TCL is through Matt's lens, so it's really good.
Check it out.
So good.
Yeah. All right. Thanks,
Cool.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.